I just thought I'd go over my mini network setup. This is down here in the studio. This is going to change soon because I'm getting a USG secondhand that will replace this. But essentially, what happens here is we've got the network coming in from the house. This is behind the primary NAT. Just comes directly in here. Then this then routes. There's network routing. Out of there comes into the switch. Goes into here. Out of that, we go into the server. The server then does also some more routing to make it have two VLANs. Yeah, two VLANs. So we've got the like public-ish network. This one, they all come out of the access point. Yeah, so you got the public-ish internet, public-ish, not really public, coming out here, and then you've got what I call the Tech and DMX network. So this is the red cable for the Mac Mini. So this Mac Mini is running Ubuntu. I'll show you over there. I'll get on the computer in a minute. It's also got some file sharing from the hard drive inside of it, and simple stuff like that. Yeah. Then there's a Unify access point. Simples. Coming out of the cable along here. We get this network switch. This is also something I take with me. So like this setup moves essentially. So the reason I'm using the time capsule. Yeah, let's come back to this. This time capsule Airport Extreme is because it can connect to an existing Wi-Fi network, which is ideal. And so this is a you can't receive very well. This is a Grand MA lighting desk. It requires certain network settings to do ArtNet over the network. So in here I've got a little network switch as well for a Raspberry Pi that's also inside of here to do the time code, but that's a different issue if you know what that is. That goes into this. This takes in the trunk, gives you out two all networks. For the Mac and another Mac. There. And then you got some more tech. But essentially this allows me to break it all out into a bit more of a compact setup. So I just get one connection from them, and then everything gets the same IP address as it always does, which is really useful. The Sonos and stuff is just on the regular network, so that we can do it all with this, because there's a TV and stuff here. Yeah, you get the idea. This is actually the file share. On that, the MA drive comes out of there. Just allows us to put files in it and share it from that, so that can back up on the network. Excuse me. I'll just go over the computer and I'll spread it all. Okay, so you're seeing the screen share on my computer. Let's hop over to the server. So this is that server you saw over there. If we exit and reconnect, it'll just populate stuff. So I have it listed out its IP addresses here. It's always available on this because we're using something called zero tier. Don't know if you're aware of it. It allows you to do like, what's it called? Like global NAT, essentially. That's what they call it. Global NAT or global routing, something like that. Anyway, it lists out its IP addresses. It's got a Samba share, so Samba share. Nothing special, literally just sharing the path of MA out. It's got DHCPD, so it's doing DHCP, as you can see here. Two subnets, this one and this one. So this is the Tech network, which is on VLAN 10, and this is the DMX network, which is on VLAN 20. I was trying some other stuff with client identifiers on this, but I left it. Yeah, that's essentially there just so that the Grand MA gets an IP address on the 2.something network, which it needs to use ArtNet. What else is there? There's not really a lot else going on this thing. It hosts a web server and it hosts some other stuff. Let's go look at that. So if we come over here, this is the Unify setup. You see, you got the main IP address, the main access point, and the Tech desk switch. We haven't got the Tech and DMX switch in. The switch that's in the Grand MA is not managed at the moment. If I go over here to the settings, you can just see what's going on. Networks, it knows about Tech and DMX network. I haven't got a gateway yet. I want to get a third-party gateway, or a USG, but we'll get there. If we go here, it's called the Addict server. That's just what it was called. I set it up for a purpose, but I haven't changed it. So it's got some Avo command things I used to use. I have an Avo and use Avo quite a lot. I still use Avo quite a lot, but I'm now using the Grand Domain more. But it has some Avo importing things to allow me to import commands into the thing. I don't know what this does. Oh, that's an example. Avo to USB. This is essentially some syncing ability thing. Timecode web view. So if you go here, it takes you to here. So this is a Node.js application, a JavaScript application running on the system. Node.js one. That essentially presents some endpoints and some ability to create events. So if I go to like timecode screen, assuming it loads. Moving up. 3,000. Timecode screen, there you go. There you go. So essentially it gives you it would give you the timecode if there's timecode playing, and you can see all the last time we stopped and stuff like that. There are different versions of this based on how bright you want it. So I promise you there is text there. You can export the contents. You can upload an XML file. This is available on GitHub, by the way. You can upload an XML file. All that sort of stuff. It's a bit iffy, that a bit. It's more of a jank. This does what I need it to do, less than being something ideal. Well, so I don't think it's just there. If you come back over here, if you go to port, what is it? Port 5003? Nope. It's running something else. It might be 8,000. Yes, it's got bit focus companion on it to allow us to. I can't remember. I had it doing some commands and stuff, but it's got that running on it, so you can do the whole QLab, the Q point stuff. But I tend to be using OSC at the moment from the desk. It's quite good. It's quite nice. But yeah, that's about. To be fair, that's about it. But it's quite a basic setup. Let's go over here and have a look. Client-wise, in its lifetime, it's known about that many clients. Like, not loads. It does get a few. Most of them have a static IP address. I don't tend to set it dynamically, because it's always going to be behind this. What else? I'll show you the structure. So it says it's got an MA share, which essentially has a grand MA2 folder. All that sort of stuff. Show, data, whatever. That's the standard stuff. I just stick some other random crap in it all the time. But that's kind of that. Thank you. I hope this is interesting to somebody. Any questions? Do leave them in the comments.